Good morning, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. Today is September 20th and it has literally been almost 4 months since I started digging out the beds on this side of the house, so everything just looks kind of crazy. Just to update you guys, yesterday I did complete my trash can pad here, so I'm going to kind of just walk you through what my thoughts are for this side of the house. Okay, y'all, so here we are on the east side of my house. I did want to designate this area specifically for my trash cans, so I created just kind of like a little landing for them. I do plan on planting up some ground cover around the back to keep the weeds from growing. And then I did initially start laying the edging here, ran a string, and the edging runs all the way down and curves back to the house. But now that it's been here and I've been looking at it for 3 months, I think that I want to make the beds more curved and not just a straight line. So I'm going to be redefining the bed again. Also, I'm going to be hand pulling all of these weeds. I did originally till up this whole area, cleared it all the way down to bare dirt, and then we started getting 1,000 thunderstorms. So it's been regrown with weeds all over again. So I'm going to hand pull this. I probably won't film that because nobody wants to see me pulling weeds. But this area right here, I plan on planting some shrubs, and then back on that end will probably be more heavily planted. So yeah, let me go ahead and get to work. I probably, again, won't film this because it's just weed pulling. So I have already sprayed everything to try and kill most of the grass. All of this was still grass here in the front that I did not pull out. So I'm going to hand pull the rest of this just to make sure I get everything, all the roots, and also hand pull this area. So this area right here is what I want to tackle first. So to help suppress the weeds from coming back in this area, I will be putting down some landscape fabric. This is a fabric that was sent to me from a company called AG Fabrics. This is their 2.3 ounce non-woven weed barrier fabric. Y'all, this weed barrier is chemical free and it's super heavy duty. You can get this fabric in a ton of different links. They also have a lot of different garden products, so I'll be sure to leave a link down in the description box for you to check them out. So here's the stockpile that my boyfriend has so nicely made for me because he knows I'm not the neatest, clearly, but got all my concrete here in the cardboard so that it won't get wet, and the soil here, plants and mulch there. Okay, you guys, so I've got all of the landscape fabric installed. You guys, it feels so good to have this part of the project done. Like, I feel like I'm coming down home stretch. But I do have an issue I need to tackle first. Let's go through my thought process of this as well. This is more for my documentation, but I figure I'd share it with you guys as well. This pipe right here is where my AC unit drips the excess water, I guess you can say, or condensation, and it puddles so bad in this area. So I've filled it in with filler dirt underneath the fabric. But my thought process is I want to create kind of like a makeshift drain line, I guess you can say. So I went to Lowe's and picked up a bunch of these little plumbing pieces. This is just PVC pipe. I've got them in 3/4 inch size, and these are just some elbows and some straight little couplers. I've also bought the adhesive to seal the pipe so that there's no leaks. And what I want to do is create, well, initially I was going to create a pipe, dig a trench so that it could drain out from underneath the pavers into the grass, but I really don't feel like digging, so I think what I'm going to end up doing is just run it all the way down and let it drain out this way. If you can see, I left a little gap there for the pipe to run out. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think it's going to be a little bit easier than digging and trying to trench. Y'all, not doing all that. So that's what I'm going to tackle next. I wanted to try and disguise these pipes as much as possible, so I decided to go ahead and spray paint everything black. Here's what I'll be using to keep my pipes from leaking. I picked this up from my local Lowe's. This is a single step PVC pipe cement, so it includes both the primer and the cement just in one step. So step one, I'm just applying the primer. Next, I'm attaching the coupler. And yes, y'all, my hands are black because I couldn't wait for the paint to dry. I was impatient, so sorry about that. And then I'm just repeating the steps on the other side to attach the other piece of PVC pipe. Okay guys, so plumbing is done. Let me show y'all what I did. So basically I added a straight coupler piece here and then ran a piece of piping there, added an elbow to turn off in this direction. I have a coupler there, a coupler there, continuing on, and then it comes out on this side here. I put an elbow. I was going to stop it with just the elbow, but I decided to add just this extra piece of piping that I still need to go back in and spray paint, just so that the water doesn't just stop pooling here. It'll run hopefully a little further down. So that is what that is looking like. Now I can finally get to planting. How do y'all like my new gardening boots? I think they're perfect because the side of my house is so muddy. Keeps my feet nice and warm. They're fur lined. Got these from Aldi's, $12.99.
We've been driving around, singing songs way too loud because we wanna. Picking up all our friends, fill up the car till it bends because we wanna. Yeah, we just wanna have fun. The trunk's full of wine. We're gonna stay up, have the time of our lives. The night is young, don't need anybody else. We came to party all night long, and we don't need no chaperone. We don't need nobody's attention, yeah, we just wanna dance on our own. We came to party all night long and sing along to every song. We don't need nobody's attention, don't need nobody else in our zone.
Hey Jensen, what are you doing up there? Hey baby, what are you doing? You checking out the scene? Where's Jory? There she is. Hey Jory. Hey pretty girl. What are y'all doing? You gonna watch me plant? You enjoying the breeze with the screen open? Yeah?
Maybe that's how fast we go. Worried as when no one knows just how we want it. Going left, going right. Doesn't matter tonight, just how we want it. We want it. Yeah, we just wanna have fun. The trunk's full of wine. We're gonna stay up, have the time of our lives. The night is young, don't need anybody else.
All right, you guys, it is finally mulching time. I've already laid out most of my bags, as you can see. So I'm just gonna go ahead, set the camera up, and y'all can watch the process.
A million people in the crowd, but I only see your face in all the lights. And as the bass keep pounding on me, baby, I really wanna make you mine. I don't really care about love. I don't really care about happy ever afters. Something about you gives me hope. Something about you, yeah. When the sun goes down and the night sky's falling, do you believe in one-time lovers? 'Cause deep inside of my wildest dreams, you'll be by my side.
So I am headed to the farmer's market. I heard they are having a huge pottery sale, so hoping I can find some good pots. Okay, y'all, so I am here at my local farmer's market because they are having a pot sale. All of their pottery is buy one, get one half off. So I'm gonna try to find 2 pots to put on the side of my house to kind of fit the vision that I have. So let's see what I can find. I love how they color coordinate everything. Like, it makes everything so much easier and pleasing to the eye. Ooh, I really love this aqua. That's different. Or what do you guys think about blue? They have so many to choose from. Ooh, I really like that blue one down there. Like, I love that shape. Red and black. I really don't want anything too tall and skinny. I want something more low and round. Let's go down this way. I'm really loving the purple though. So I think I've narrowed it down between blue or purple. Blue. Some more blue over there. Or purple. What do you guys think? Okay, you guys, so I'm back home. Here is a closer look at the planter that I purchased. This is a 18-inch ceramic glazed planter I picked up from my local farmer's market. I actually got 2 of these, identical. They were buy one, get one half off. And y'all, I think this purple and blue combination is going to look so gorgeous. They are quite heavy, so I'm hoping I can manage moving this on my own. So you guys, check this out. I found 2 of these arborvitaes on clearance, y'all, for 15 bucks a piece. These are emerald green arborvitaes I picked up from my Tractor Supply company, actually. They are a little bit brown. Looks like they just haven't been watered properly. I think this will just come off and flush out with new growth once I water it. They probably also need to come out of this pot as well because they've been in there all season long. But you guys, I'm so excited about these trees. Yes, they are 2 different heights. The one on the right is a little bit taller, but I don't know, you guys. It kind of doesn't bother me. I may or may not trim them. I'm just going to go ahead and get them placed and then decide from there. Ooh, y'all. I love how that looks already. Now, of course, it'll be a little bit higher once I pot it up in the pot, but you guys, that just adds so much to this space already. Ooh, I'm excited. you guys, so this is what the final look is looking like, y'all. I am so happy with how this turned out, and y'all, I just love mulching. Like, it just makes everything look so finished and tidy, and it's like putting on the mascara for a finished makeup look for me. Like, I just love how the finished product turned out. Let me go ahead and talk you guys through my thought process for this area, and then also a little bit about the design. Okay, you guys, as far as the design for this bed, I really wanted to have something more kind of like abstract looking on this side of the house. I really didn't like the look of the straight line that I had before. So I decided to go with these curves, and with these curves, I also wanted them not to be perfect. And by not perfect, I mean, if I stand here and draw a straight line down, these curves wouldn't hit that line at any point in the same place, and they're also not the same width. So I want it to be kind of like a more whimsical, abstract look to this bed. I love the way that it turned out. I'm loving the curves. So yeah, that was my kind of thought process behind the design. I also do plan on adding some type of like meandering path going down this way. I will have a gate similar to my neighbors here. They're in the process of painting currently, but I will have a gate leading to my fenced area hopefully sometime next year eventually. And then I also plan on reseeding all of my grass here, because y'all, I have trampled it to death. It stays very shady and muddy on this side of my house. This is the east side of my house, so it's in morning sun probably up until like 1-ish, and then the remainder of the day it's in full shade. So yeah, that was the thought process behind the design of my bed. And then for this section here, as I stated in the beginning, I did want to designate it specifically just for my trash cans. So here's a look at the full space. So first and foremost, I did add in 2 extra pavers here on the end of my landing pad, just because when I had the 6, it wasn't wide enough to fit both cans. So now I have 4 designated for my trash, and then 4 designated for the recycle. I did also mention that I do plan on adding or planting up some type of ground cover to help suppress all of these weeds that are already growing back, y'all. Y'all saw me clear this out down to bare dirt, and they're already popping back up. So the ground cover hopefully will help suppress some of that. And then I do also have plans to build some type of like covering for this area. Y'all, I have a whole vision for this section. So all of that will be coming in 2021 at some point. But let me go ahead and talk you guys through the plants. Okay, so first up, I have planted here a bush. This is called a Mexican petunia. And y'all, I am so excited to finally have this plant. Like, it's been so hard to find these in my area for some reason. But now, just recently, my farmer's market has a ton of them. So I picked this one up for $6. And y'all, I have been in love with this plant, I want to say, for like 5 or 6 years now. My parents bought a condo a while ago, and the entire property where the condo is just mass planted in these petunias, and I've been in love with them ever since. So I'm excited to see this one grow. It does bloom these gorgeous little dainty purple flowers, which here's a spent one that just has fallen off, but I cannot wait to see this in full bloom. Like, these grow like crazy, they bloom like crazy, and they also spread like crazy. So it'll fill in this whole section right here. I do have a few buds, looks like, trying to come up on these, so I'm excited to have a few more blooms. So yeah, that is the first plant. And then moving on, you all saw me DIY my plumbing fix here. You can see the pipe runs out this way. I still need to go back and spray paint that little piece black, but I'm hoping that will solve my puddling issue. So in the first part of the bed here, I have 3 shrubs. These are blue cascade distilleums. Y'all, I went on a super hunt for these plants. I initially saw them. I got my idea from the Wendy's drive-thru in my area, actually. They had them planted in a hedge, and I just thought they were so cute and lush looking. So I did some research, found out what type of shrub they were, and just happened to come across these in my Lowe's. Yes, they are showing a bit of distress because, y'all, they have literally been sitting in their cans in my driveway for months. Like, I've been watering them and keeping them alive, so I'm sure they're happy to be out of their cans and planted into the ground now. And yes, I am going to water them well and just keep an eye on them. So I do plan on keeping these pruned probably right around the 3 to 4 foot range, just enough to disguise all of this like wiring crap that I have going on in the background. So my initial plan was to just have the 3 shrubs and be done, but I decided to pop in 2 hostas down here in the front, and I think they will fill in this space nicely. These get probably about 3 feet tall and wide. They do look pretty shabby right now because they are already dying back for fall season. So I will again do some updates in the spring of when they're popping out and with their lush green color. And I can't remember the name off the top of my head, so I will insert that down below for you all, because I did feature these in a haul video earlier, I want to say in like June. So yeah, I'll take a look back at that video and give you all the actual name. And then over here on the corner, I did pop in my lungwort. This is the one that was struggling in my front bed that was growing in my dead zone. So I popped it in down here, and y'all, all of this lime green that you're seeing is new growth. So I'm hoping that it'll come back. I just popped it in here to overwinter it till spring, but I'm hoping it'll give a nice comeback next year. And then moving right along, I have another form of hosta here. This is a praying hands hosta. I picked this up from my local farmer's market as well. And then behind it, I just left a blank space because I do plan on putting a hose box there to reel my hose in. So that is all that is planted in the first half of this bed. And then swinging down around the front curve here, you guys, I'm so excited about having these 3 little grasses planted here. These are Japanese forest grass. They are called all gold Hyconocloa. And y'all, I know they look really shabby now just because they're really small. I want to say these were in like a 4-inch pot, maybe 3-inch. But they do grow into this gorgeous lime green bushy mound. Like, I just think it'll be a pretty soft texture just to spill over the front edge of these pavers here. I'm so excited for those to fill out. Then same thing around my AC unit. I do plan on building some kind of contraption to disguise that. So y'all, again, a lot of this will be changing. This is just the beginning stages. Another praying hand hosta down here in the front, just to kind of mirror what I did on that side. And then behind that, I have a Cuba here. This is a small shrub. This one is actually called, I think, Mr. Goldstrike. I'll have to verify the name on that because I think Mr. Goldstrike actually has longer leaves. These are a little bit more round, but they still have kind of like the serrated edges. And y'all, y'all know I love speckled leaves. So when I saw this, I figured it'd be perfect. These do well in shade, so I think it'll do well just to fill in this spot over here. I will do some pruning on it next spring because right now it's very misshapen. And then down in front of that here, I have another variety of hosta. This one is called Fire and Ice, also from my local farmer's market. And y'all, I really planned on like packing out this area with these hostas. I'm hoping I can divide it maybe in a few years. But this was the only one that they had. It's the only one I could get my hands on. So I'm hoping next spring I could get some more to just fill in this area. I think I forgot to tell you guys, but my vision for this entire side of my house is just to be an all white bed, like nothing but green foliage and white blooms. So I think this hosta will pull in a nice white pop of foliage for this space. Then you guys did see me plant up this planter here with the emerald green arborvitae, just here temporarily. Again, this will be transplanted to my backyard at some point, but I think it looks nice in the pot for now. And then back here, I wanted to do a hedge. Y'all know I had to plant some hydrangeas. So I've got 5 hydrangeas planted here. These are the big leaf variety. And y'all, I have been treating these because they have a really bad case of powdery mildew. Like, oh, it's so bad. I just happened to notice it, I want to say maybe a couple weeks ago. So I have been treating them for that. But luckily, they're starting to die back. So hopefully this foliage, I can just cut most of it off and it'll grow back fresh next year. But I want this whole space to just fill in with hydrangeas. These bloom a huge white flower, you guys. I cannot wait to see these mature in size. I did space them pretty close together just because I want this to be, again, a nice hedge, and I'll probably keep it right below my bathroom window here. And why is my camera out of focus? There we go. Okay, let me swing back this way. Okay, so this down here is, ooh, what is this? This is a white giant calla lily. And y'all, I cannot wait to see this in bloom. This blooms a huge white flower. It looks just like a regular calla lily, but it's huge, you guys. And I love the speckled leaves and the shape of these leaves. I think it's so unique. So excited for that plant. I have one here and then one right there. And then I also have two other variety of hostas here. These are both called Brother Stefan. And y'all, I just love the like waffly texture of these leaves. Again, y'all, this one is in the process of dying back for the winter, so it is yellowing out, but I cannot wait until it fills in this space. This one gets huge, you guys. This one will probably fill in this entire circle. This one gets about 4 feet wide and tall, so excited about this hosta. And then moving right along, again, my other arborvitae here. And again, I do plan on changing out this planter to a bigger pot at some point once they get them back in stock. I had one extra hydrangea here, so I just carried it over to mirror on this side. So I have the 5 here, and then just one planted here. And then here on the end, I have just another Acuba. Down in front of that, last but not least, is my hardy hibiscus. This one I believe is my pink blooming hibiscus. Just popped it in the ground here, y'all. It will not be staying. I just put it in the ground so it can overwinter till next spring, and I'll move it somewhere else. So yeah, you guys, that is all that I have planted in this bed. Again, all of these plants are perennial. Every single one of them will come back next spring. So I'm super excited for next year, you guys. I have a ton of space to fill in here. Again, a lot of these plants do get quite large, but I did leave plenty of space to just tuck in some more perennials and also some annual color. So if you have any suggestions on white blooming plants or shrubs, please leave those in the comments below because I'm open to it, you guys. I have, again, tons of options and opportunity over here. So if you have any suggestions on where I can move some things, y'all give me your ideas. Throw them at me. I'm open to them. So yeah. Super excited again for this to be completed. You guys, let me know down in the comments below what you thought of this transformation. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friends and family. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.